All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Iconic Video Games Podcast. I'm your host, Axel1324.
And I'm Doggy Dog 420.
Yes. Oh man, I love our intro song.
Yeah, I
It's
love
great.
it. Yes.
I know it's part of Undertale and a remix redone, but I just love it, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, me too. Yep.
I just love it.
The best in
So
the biz right there.
absolutely, absolutely. Anyways, so yeah, this is the last week of May, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the last
We
few
made
days.
it 5 months in, doggy. 5 months in. We're about to be 6 months in. The year's almost over.
Yeah.
It's the first half of the year.
Yeah.
And it's sad to say this, but like normally the first half of the year is the drought of video gaming, but this year hasn't felt that way.
No.
It sure has not felt that way.
If it's a drought this year for you, then maybe you need a new hobby.
Yeah, maybe gaming's not for you.
Yeah, this might not be your thing.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean it's been a good 5 months. We're gonna move on into the last 7 months of the year. And man, I am overwhelmed with games.
Yeah.
So
Yep. Yeah. They're not gonna. They just keep announcing new stuff like just in tweets too. You know, like that first Space Marine getting remade or remastered or whatever.
Oh yeah, they're shadow dropping on us.
Yeah, like just
yeah.
They just no telling what they might throw on us there at the shows next week. You know, with Jeff's show and
yeah, that's right.
and Xbox show, and then all those other small shows and stuff. So yeah, they're not gonna. Who is that? The hits start coming and they don't stop coming. You know, like that.
Oh yeah,
whatever that song is. Yeah,
that's a good one. That's a good one, bro. I love it. That's right. You can catch doggy here. Anyways, so Doggy, what have you been playing this week, brother?
Oh man, I've been on. I believe it was Saturday, maybe it was Sunday. I finished up the excellent Expedition 33. If you haven't played it, it's on Game Pass. Give it a try or just go buy it. You'll enjoy it. It's worth $50 game. Just amazing, just so good.
A lot of people are saying that's their game of the year so far.
Right, it'll probably be in when we do our top 3 at the end of the year. There's a pretty good chance that one might be there. So, just an excellent game. Everything from the story to the music to graphics to just the care that they put into this JRPG was just amazing. So, finished. I beat Doom: The Dark Ages. And now I'm going back through it and trying to 100% all the levels and get all the stuff.
You didn't get enough demon slaying?
No. I've got like 54 hours in it. I've got 2 more mission challenges to do. Luckily, they're in the same level, so I just need to replay that same mission. And 5 weapons to master. And then I'll have all the achievements except for the one that glitched out on me. But that's okay, because it doesn't matter. I had fun playing it. It doesn't really matter. As long as I did all the stuff in the game, I know I did it. So it was great. And then I also played that Turtles Mutants Unleashed, which is also in Game Pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably won't keep playing that. I just didn't enjoy that. I was hoping for more action. It's okay, but it's just, I don't know. There's too many great games to play, so that one doesn't fit the bill. So
right.
To each their own, no? Maybe somebody else.
To each their own, yeah. Yep. Maybe someone else loves it, but not me.
Not I.
Yeah. By the way, chat, let us know what you've been playing. We love to hear what you have to say, of course. Right. We love the chat. And we'll check in with you guys here in a minute. But I, this week, have been playing, oh my God, I started up MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries. I played MechWarrior 2 back on PC back in the day. And MechWarrior 3, I couldn't run it because the graphics were too intense. And so I didn't play MechWarrior 4. But now MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, I decided to launch it. It got ported to the Xbox like 5 years ago or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. And I just never got around to it. And so I played it, like, you could play it back on the Xbox One, but I'm over here playing it on my Series X, and oh my God. Holy cow, man. This game is good. Like, I cannot tell you how much I'm loving MechWarrior 5. As a MechWarrior guy, as a BattleTech guy, I'm loving every second of it, man. I love how, like, open-ended the game is the best way I can describe it. You know, like, you have all these contracts you can take. You can piss off all these groups or piss off other groups. You can just do all kinds of stuff. I mean, there's the main campaign. You can main campaign, or you can just go around getting into mech warrior fights. It's incredible. The worst part about this game, though, is the AI. So you have no choice, right, but to take some other mech warriors with you, some mechs, because the one thing that kills mechs is concentrated fire. And so if you go by yourself, obviously everybody's going to be targeting you. You're going to be concentrated fire, and you're going to blow up, right? There's just no way around it. Even if you have a big mech, you can't go up against every mech, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the AI is stupid. They are so close to you. Like these AI mechs stick so close to you. They could smell the farts coming out of the mech. I mean, that is how close they are. You can command them to stay still, and they'll go around like in a little circle if you tell them to stay still. So let's pretend I have a mech that I outfitted with like artillery shells and artillery missiles, and I want it to be a long range mech, and I tell them, okay, you stand here and you shoot from here.
Yeah.
And so it will do that, but then a mech will go hunt it, and instead of like running away or switching weapons or something, it's just like, oh, I'm just going to keep going in circles and not targeting anything, and I'm going to get blown up. Like, it pisses me off to no end, bro.
Sounds like it.
The AI is so stupid. And like, you're not doing this from way, like, from an overhead map. You're doing this from your cockpit or your third person view, right? From your field of view. So it's hard to micromanage AI while you yourself are trying to control this behemoth of a mech. And it gets frustrating. That's all I'm saying. But I'm loving it. So the reason I played a lot of MechWarrior 5 is because me and my friends are going to play it this weekend, today, for our Friday night game night. Our co-op games that we do.
Yep.
And so I ended up getting a bunch of mechs for all of them, and we're going to go be mech warriors.
All right.
So yeah. So I was grinding, not doing the campaign, but I was grinding everything else to get bigger mechs. So that's what I did. And then so that happened. And then the other game I'm playing, so I jumped back into Unicorn Overlord, man, and I am like, I probably played another 10, 15 hours worth of Unicorn Overlord, and I'm nowhere near done because I love all the aspects of it all, and I'm doing all the romances, and I'm doing all this, and I'm doing all these side quests, and like, this game gets massive fast for a tactics game. And I'm loving every second of it, man. I can see how this game scored so high. I loved it before, but it was I needed it after the initial 50 hours I put into it. I'm like, okay, I need to play something else. And now I'm like another 15, 20 hours into it, and I'm like, yeah. This is one of those games that it might take me like years to beat. Because I just want to do it all.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what we've been playing, chat. Let us know what you've been playing. We'd love to hear what you have to say. Let's check in with the chat. Shout out to you, Wicked Hot. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Appreciate you, buddy. He says, hey, happy Friday, everyone. Hey, thank you.
What's up, brother?
Shout out to Splendiferous. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. He says, yo, gaming family. Another working Friday. Oh, man. And he's
well, thanks for listening to us while you're at work. Appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, don't crash that forklift, buddy.
Yeah, don't crash. Yeah, don't crash.
Yeah. And yeah, Wicked Hot says, Doggy, always a pleasure, my dude. Good to see you.
Thank you, brother. It's always a pleasure to see you too, brother. Thank you.
Yeah. Shout out to Big B Money. Oh, there we go. Shout out to Big B Money. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah. You are the real MVP. Appreciate you.
Great to see you as well.
All right. So today's episode, Doggy and I decided that we never done an episode talking just about handhelds, like handheld games. So we decided to, let's explore this. Handheld games are still games. I know that handheld's not for everybody, right?
Right.
But another big reason we brought this up is because Xbox Handheld is in the news. So, I had Handheld on the mind.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk about some of the old handhelds that are leading up to Xbox finally getting into the handheld market. Maybe one day, I don't know, whenever they stop delaying.
Yeah.
Let's get right into it, shall we, buddy?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh.
Hold on. All right. So while you're talking, Doggy, I'm going to take this phone call, okay?
Okay.
All right. Take it away, buddy.
All right. Let's see. My first game. Yep. Okay. So my first game is called Final Fantasy Adventure. And I think this came out in 1991, of course, on the Game Boy, as you can tell by the monochrome color screen there. Let's see. By the time this came out, I'd of course fallen in love with the first Final Fantasy and the second Final Fantasy. Of course, one of my favorite games of all time. And of course, I loved Zelda. So that's what's cool about this is it mixed Zelda gameplay, as you can see, with Final Fantasy kind of gameplay, right? So, as you can see, like it moves from screen to screen, just like Zelda did. Oh, I just love that part about it. Its combat was like Zelda as well. You're just attacking the enemies on the screen, hack and slash style. This game actually was the first the first game in the Mana series. So this was pre-Secret of Mana. So this is kind of where this all came from. Because the whole point of this story is to stop, I think it's the Dark Lord. I can't remember, but I think it's the Dark Lord. Stop him from ruining and taking over the Mana Tree and taking all of its power for evil. As with like most of these Mana games, right? So, yeah, I loved the way this played like Zelda. I mean, you could just see the uncanny resemblance to it, right? So, you'd have to find certain weapons that would reveal, that would cut down bushes or this kind of stuff. But what was also cool about it is that, like I said, it had Final Fantasy elements, so you'd get magic spells like fire and lightning, and there was treasure chests to open like Final Fantasy. So mixing two of my favorite games series all into one at this point in time, I loved it so much. I mean, like I said, it was just like Zelda, and Final Fantasy had a baby and made this game, and it was so perfect. And then, like I said, it started up a franchise, the Mana franchise, which now I think I played all the Mana games by now, and they were all great. So, shout out to this game. I played this so much. I believe I played this through three times. So, I mean, it's so fun. Just, those were the days for games like this. So, shout out to this for this game, this Zelda / Final Fantasy baby.
Yeah, absolutely. No, this so I have this game on the Game Boy, but I also have the Mana Collection on my Switch because this one's on there.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it definitely plays like an old school Link, Legend of Zelda game. But I think it's also because it's in the Final Fantasy universe, and it translated into the Mana series. So yeah, right. It's funny because I bought this thinking it would be like a Final Fantasy, and when I played it and it was an action RPG, I'm like, what kind of crap is this? And I turned it off. I was like, I got ripped off, those liars.
You didn't.
I had to beg Mom for these games back when I was younger, so I couldn't tell her, Mom, the game sucks. Can you take it back? Because she would be like, I'm never buying you a game again. So this game, I played it, and then I just left it, and I was just like, not picking it up because I didn't understand it until I was older, that it was a different type of game.
Oh, I loved seeing it in Nintendo Power. I was like, this looks like a Zelda mixed with Final. I was like, I was so excited to play this. I probably couldn't hardly wait. I probably couldn't stand the wait. Like kids waiting for Santa.
Oh, really?
We can hardly stand the wait. Please, Final Fantasy Adventure, don't be late. Sorry.
Don't be what?
Late.
Late?
The Chipmunk song. Remember the Chipmunks? The Chipmunks Christmas song? Okay. Me, I want a hula hoop. That song? Okay. All right. Forget it.
What?
See? I'm just too old. You never heard the Chipmunks Christmas album?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, me, I want a hula hoop,
yeah.
Anyway, yeah, they could hardly stand the wait, and I couldn't either, so.
Yeah,
just watching this game, I remember it. I remember it, man. Just seeing all this stuff.
Let me see if I can find this. Hold on, I'm gonna try something. Okay.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me see if
I wish I had that collection you had, man. I'd play this again. Like just seeing this just ramps me up. Wants me to play this again.
God, man, do you remember when did this come out?
1991.
1991. Holy crap. Yeah, this could take a while. Never mind, dog. I can't do it. 1991.
A little too far back.
Hold on. Let me
Ron, I didn't have this. That's the one thing I didn't have. Besides the Game Gear and the original Game Boy, I didn't have any other handhelds besides like those electronic Tiger ones. The Tiger Electronics, those that just had the one game and the simple button controls. Or, of course, got the original handheld, but I still play with that to this day.
Yeah.
Hey,
sorry, I'm not focused over here. Sorry, doggy. My bad, bro.
It's all good. Remember this punk too?
Which punk? Oh, this big old dude.
Yeah.
This guy was like halfway through the game. Oh man, you got it.
Man. Yeah. No. Oh yeah, I beat this game. Like I said, I beat it at least a couple times, if not 3. I would play 3 games like this a ton back then.
Okay. Do we know what month in 1991 this thing released?
I'm not totally sure.
Yeah, because so I'm trying to see what they said.
It might have been 92, but I thought it was 91.
Oh man, I should have had this ready. Sorry, chat. You guys are seeing me do this live.
We're
doing it live, doggy.
Yeah, that's right. That's the way we do it. That right. Is,
Okay, here we go. The other way. All right. I don't know. Let me open this one. Go to the very last page. Go back one page. Go back one page. Back one page.
God, doing some serious.
What the hell? Never mind. It's not going to happen. I was going to say, I wonder if I can find the review for Final Fantasy Adventure. Back in the day. But I can't. So
never mind. Look at like a EGM or something. Or
well, I was thinking, 1991, Game Informer launched in 1991, and Game Informer came back. I don't know if you remember. Right?
Yeah.
Hold on. Maybe. Okay. Which volume did Game Informer review Final Fantasy Adventure?
So it says North America, November of 1991. Japan, June of 1991.
See, the thing is, I don't know when these Game Informers work because they just have like numbers on them.
Right, yeah.
Like, issue number 3, issue number 4, whatever, right?
Yeah, I don't even know if those came out every month. Those might have been bi-monthly.
Oh, geez, I don't know. I don't know, but... Okay, there's Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link.
Yeah, it was after that.
Yeah.
Way after that.
Right.
Like we were... like the Super Nintendo was... It came out or it was about to come out when this came out.
Yeah, I mean... It was right around there. Oh well, maybe one day I'll prepare this.
Yeah, one of these days we'll
have it.
Give you the Final Fantasy Adventure,
but not today.
Meta or whatever meta was back in the day.
EGM was the one to go.
Yeah, EGM was. EGM was where. Yep. Yeah, they were.
Let's see. Let's see what the chat is. Let's see. Shout out to Glidger. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. It says, I thought all Final Fantasies were turn-based. Nope. Shout out to Splendiferous. He says, boo, Final Fantasy. What?
Wait a minute. Wait, he must have wrote that. He must have crashed his forklift and accidentally typed that. He didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Yeah. That was a typo. That was a butt typo.
Yeah.
Glitzer says, I noticed with every older game, NTSC is worth a lot more than Japan. Almost. You're right. Yeah, we tend to collect more here than they do in Japan. Yeah, you are right. And shout out to Talos Ray. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. He says, hello, Axel, Doggy, and chat. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Hello, bro.
Yeah. But great pick, Doggy. I haven't played it as much as you. Like I said, I played it, and I was like, what kind of crap is this?
I mean, if you were expecting a Final Fantasy game, you didn't get that. Like I said, you got a mix of Zelda and Final Fantasy. And you'd never seen a Final Fantasy game like this. It actually you hadn't really seen kind of any action RPG. Like this kind of started that kind of genre, didn't it? If it didn't, it was one of the first action RPGs. So,
yeah, I didn't see it. All right, I didn't get anywhere as far as you did. I was playing it because I was forced to, but I was like not having a good time because I was playing it with like pissed off, like bunch of bobo crap. You know, this game is a diluted Final Fantasy. This isn't Final Fantasy. You know, like I just remember being so like bitter about it. It was sad.
Man, you shouldn't have been bitter. You should have enjoyed this.
Yeah, I should have. You're right. You're absolutely right, doggy. When you're right. You're right, buddy.
You punk.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. All right. So my first game that I'm going to talk about is called Mega Man Zero. Now these came out specifically on the Game Boy Advance, and the Game Boy Advance was my gaming console or gaming handheld while I was deployed a lot back in the my army days. You know, I joined when the war started, or I joined because we were attacked on 9/11. So, you know, I couldn't take anything, but I could sneak a. I remember in advanced training, I got a Game Boy Advance from the PX. I snuck it into my locker and bought some games, and this was one of them. And man, talk about a good game, but hard. You know how in Mega Man games you get unlimited continues, Dougie? Not here. You got to find them. If you want to continue, you got to find them.
Oh, okay.
You know how in Mega Man games you get 3 lives?
I'm guessing you don't get that here.
No, you don't get 3 lives here. You got 1 life.
Oh, God.
You got 1 life. Maybe a continue if you can find it, right?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And they added RPG elements. Like, you remember how like in Mega Man you could get like bad guys dropped little capsules for you to freaking recharge your weapons and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Nope, not here. What they drop is like money for you to buy. So you find these little creatures and you got to raise them big enough to consume them for energy.
Oh.
Isn't that messed up, bro? So you got to raise them up before you can eat them to get more life from them. So they added some RPG elements to this one. There are no so you and each level, right? You can play the level, so you can save between levels, right? And each level you can play it, and if you die, you can load your save game. So hence there's no continues, right? But once you died, like you started the level over. And so you could start the level over, or if you lose, doggy, you can choose to, I'm not going to finish that level. I'm just going to continue on to the game. So you don't get a power up. You don't get like a power, but you don't learn an ability.
Yeah, you don't get
or get a power up or anything, right?
Right.
You don't rescue a person. You don't get like the little rewards at the end of the level, which makes the later levels harder.
Right. Yeah.
So this game was like Mega Man was already difficult, but this game was more difficult. And I just remember playing this game because it had a lot of memorizing and stuff. So like, yeah, this was Mega Man Souls edition. Yeah. Somebody said. Yeah, shout out to Glinzer. Yeah, he definitely said that. Mega Man Souls edition. Yeah. So you had one shot, like, and then in the later levels, doggy, you had one shot at each of the bosses. Like if there was like a general there, you had one shot at him. And even if you replayed the level, like let's just pretend you continued, right? The general wouldn't waste his time on you. Like, you're not worth my time. Whatever. Like, this game was brutal, man. So I was loading that save file often. Like, if I was about to die, like on a general boss, I would, nope, power off, power back on. You know, I'm gonna kill everybody in this game. Oh my gosh, I just remember doing that so much. But overall, this game was fun. You do learn a lot of cool abilities with your sword. You have a little blaster, and you can charge it eventually. But a lot of the abilities are with your sword in this game. Like, oh, you know, what upgrade do you want for your sword? Oh, I want to be able to reflect shots. I want to be able to do more damage. I need it to have a longer reach. Because when this game first starts, like your sword has no reach. Like you are up next to these people, right? So as the game goes on, you know, your sword gets longer, bigger, stronger. You know what I'm talking about? Nothing made you feel more like a man. Like
I like growing that sword, making it stronger.
That's right. Like even here, like you can see Zero doing the turn when he jumps and does his sword. That's an ability. When you first start the game, he doesn't do that little spin. He just waves it straight. So it's totally different. It's so much fun. So this game, I just remember playing a lot of it. I played it. I beat it. And I actually ended up buying the entire Mega Man Zero collection. So here's the first one, right? I got it right here. This is my old Mega Man Zero. Yeah. And thanks to some friends, I ended up getting Mega Man 02, 003, 04. I think I'm still missing 05, but it's only a matter of time. So yeah, this is a different universe. You know how Mega Man has universes, like you got the Mega Man universe, the Mega Man X universe, the Mega Man Legends universe, the Mega Man ZX universe, the Mega Man Network universe, and now this is the Mega Man Zero universe. Where technically Mega Man doesn't exist. So I don't know. I really love it. So it's a great game. It's fun. If you love a challenge, it's definitely there because like you could beat this game in an hour or two. It's like an old Capcom game. You could beat it in an hour or two if you knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
But because it was so Dark Soul-y, right?
Yeah.
This game took me weeks to beat, and I love that. I love getting my money's worth. This is unlike Final Fantasy. This game is amazing. So you can see how he's doing everything. You see, he got a little shield, and it's just cool. Like you can do these little different styles of attacks. It's great. I love this game. It's great. Doggy, Mega Man Zero. Did you ever play it?
I didn't have a Game Boy Advance, so I missed this and any other game that was on the Game Boy Advance. But I'm sure it was fun. Mega Man was always awesome. I don't like when anybody adds the Souls-like label to any game, so that's, But, I mean, Mega Mans were challenging anyway, so stepping it up a notch, I mean, it was probably about time for him to do that anyway. Yeah, I can't imagine it's not being any good. If it's tough, hey, whatever.
It is
tough on you for beating that. If it was Souls-like, it was super tough, so.
It was.
Looks awesome. Looks like a fun game, and the way you describe it, it sounds fun. So. But definitely sounds like it would have took some practice. You'd have to stay on it,
Yeah.
But nope, unfortunately, I did not have any of the later Game Boys, so I did not get a chance to play these.
Yeah, no, this is great. And of course, they released the Mega Man Zero collection on the modern consoles. So you can buy that collection for the modern consoles and experience this on a much, much, much bigger screen than I experienced it on. Trust me. And this is the original Game Boy screen, the one that needed the light, not the SP one.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, that was great. That was great. Loved it. All right, let's move it along, shall we, Doggy?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
All right. And chat, let us know which handheld games you love or have good memories of. Let us know. We'd love to hear what you have to say.
Right, yeah, there's so many. I mean, there was there's so many handhelds. There's the Vita and what was the other PS one?
The PSP.
PSP.
The Game Gear.
Those. Yeah, Game Gear, of course. Yeah, I had one of those. Yep, that's all I had was Game Boy and Game Gear. And Tiger.
And Tiger Electronics.
And a phone. I guess a phone, if you want to call that a handheld device. So, which it is. So
yeah. All right, you ready, bro?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Let's see.
What is the next game you want to talk to us about?
Yeah, my next was the pack-in game, the original pack-in game for the Game Boy. Of course, the great Tetris. I just put this one on the list because like I said, it came with the system. I played this game probably more than any game on that system. It was just easy, of course, to pick up and play. I probably played it for hours on end on the family trip down to Florida that we'd take every other year or something like that. I'd play the Game Boy on the way over to Terre Haute to the mall, and this game was one of the easiest ones to pick up and play. It's a total classic. Of course, you're gonna love it. Had one of the coolest songs ever on a handheld game. That's a different one. Where's the original one?
No, that is it.
Or does it just change that later? Either way, the song that played on this, yeah, had some cool music that was just addictive too. But where could you go wrong with Tetris? And I loved it on Nintendo, but it was just more fun to play on the Game Boy for whatever reason. Whether on the go just made it more desirable. I don't know what it was, but yeah, like I said, this was probably my most played game on this system, so I had to include it. It's simple game, not much to say about it. Everybody's played it. Everybody either like these kind of puzzle games, you don't. But either way, great packing game that I played a million times. Where how can you go wrong?
Yeah, no. I have a funny story about this game.
Oh no!
The beautiful part about Tetris is that it's easy to pick up, difficult to master.
Yes, true that. Yeah.
Right, and that's like what most games are always trying to achieve. Is trying to be quick to pick up, but hard to master. Have enough meat in there that it takes time to master it, and that's a very hard thing to master in video games these days, right?
Yep.
And Tetris, I mean, geez, man, they were going to pack the Game Boy with a Mario game, and they decided, nope, we're going to do it with Tetris. And man, who would have thought?
Right? Yeah, they
would have thought.
Did, they did right by that packing game. Yep.
It
was a perfect, like I said, it was a perfect game for on the go. You can pick it up and play it. If you arrived at where you were at, turn it off, you're done. Like it's not like I don't know. In most games, you stop in the middle of like I don't want to stop, but this could just stop wherever. So. Perfect packing game. They did it right with this.
Yeah, and I remember playing this on a car trip. Fun story. So we would take trips that would take 12 hours ish.
Right. Yeah.
To get there. And playing this game, the battery would die on that car trip. So we would be at a rest stop or whatever, and all I want is more batteries.
Right.
And my dad would get mad at me because he'd have to buy more batteries for the stupid Game Boy. And I just remember having an angry parent upset because I needed more batteries for my video game. Wouldn't it slow down more and stuff like that when it was about ready to die? Oh, geez, I have no idea.
I can't remember. It's like, yep, this thing's getting ready to go. So, yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, though. Yeah, those 12-hour trips, and Game Boy is it was the thing to have. This guy's struggling.
Yeah, this guy's about to die.
Yeah.
So
you might get out of it.
So, yeah, that's something that we always I just remember getting that, going on those rest stops and like, all I want is batteries.
Right.
Like, Dad, I need batteries. Dad, I need batteries. And it was because of this game. Way to go. You got me in trouble, Tetris, you jerk.
Yeah, thanks, Alex Pavetnov or whatever your name is. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Tetris. No, it was a fun game, and like you could just play this for hours, man. It was
right. Exactly. Yep.
It very rarely got old, but like you're right. I enjoyed it on the Game Boy more than I liked it on the Nintendo.
Yep.
But I enjoy the one on VR now more than anything.
Right. Yeah. I mean, our love for this game back then, it still carries on today. Watching them play this makes me want to go do a round of it now, So
that's right. I feel like I could do better than this guy playing right now. No, not really. He's pretty damn good.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he got himself out of that trouble. So
yeah, I would have died. I would have panicked on you. I would have panicked and died. So yeah, no. But yeah, Tetris. Guys, let us know if you have any Tetris words. Let's see. Glinzer says Tetris was a Rubik's Cube video game style. Hard, no lies detected.
Yeah, that's a good point.
My name is Captain Ketch says first Tetris for him was Game Boy Color one. Oh, there you go. I'm not going to put that on the screen, Glinzer. You can read it by yourself, doggy.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah.
Always got to keep those fresh batteries.
Always. Can't run out. Yeah. So it was just fun. Great pick, doggy. Great pick.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Yep. They're all great picks here. They're all going to be great picks.
Oh, that they are, buddy. That they are. All right, here we go. So my next game is one that I took on another deployment on my PSP called Castlevania The Dracula X Chronicles. Now, this is basically Castlevania Rondo of Blood in 2.5D. Right? Instead of sprite, it's 2.5D. And it's really cool. The best part about this game was, obviously, Castlevania Rondo of Blood didn't have the best music or anything, and it was a hard game. Excuse me. But the PSP version came super loaded. You know, you could once you rescued the second character, the girl, I forgot what her name is. You could freely switch between her and which Belmont is this? Let me see. Which Belmont is this? This is Richter. There we go. Richter Belmont. Yeah. And by the way, guys, yeah, I do have this one right here. It was Richter Belmont, right? And you could. The best part about this game was that it was 3 games in one, doggy.
Oh, nice.
That's right. No DLC. It came in it. So you could unlock secrets in this game, and some of these secrets were hard to unlock because it made you think, like, do I want to jump down here and possibly die, or do you think it's more of the level? You jump down and you die. Yeah. Or you jump down and it's like an unlocked level. It's a different path. And that's another thing that was great about this game was that it introduced pathing into Dracula before, very much in the vein of Dracula or Castlevania 3. So it had pathing in there. So depending on the path you took, you played the levels. You got different endings. Depending which character you finished it with, you got different endings. So I thought that was a really cool thing to put into a Castlevania game. And so back to the secrets, right? So you can unlock secrets, and one of the secrets you can unlock is the Castlevania Dracula X, the original sprite version that was on the TurboGrafx 16. So a lot of people say that the 2.5D one, this one, is slow in comparison to the TurboGrafx version. And I got to tell you that right, it is a little slower. The jumping is a little bit slower, but it's not terrible because everything is a little slower. It's not like just your character is slower. So that's really nice.
Yeah.
And guess what else you could unlock, doggy? Guess. Not only could you unlock the original Castlevania Dracula X Chronicles, you could unlock Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Ooh.
That awesome game, right?
That's, yeah.
So you got 3 games for one on this bad boy, right?
Man.
So I'm kind of cheating because there's technically 3 games, right? So that's why this game became one of my favorites, because it was the basically the remake of Dracula X Chronicles. It had the original one in there, and it had the quite possibly the best, well, in my personal opinion, the best Castlevania ever made, the Symphony of the Night. So I thought that was really neat. Now this game, again, if you mastered this game, because it's an old based on an old Nintendo game, right? This game could be beat in a matter of, I don't know, 3-4 hours if you were good. But to unlock everything and to get every ending and every path and everything else like that, that was going to take some effort, doggy. That one's going to take some effort.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and once you unlock that girl, I can tell you guys this: she isn't as strong as Richter is, but she also has more range and has more easy to cast magic spells, and her spells are stronger. She is easy mode. I'm just throwing it out there. She's easy mode. So if you guys haven't played Castlevania Chronicles, Dracula X Chronicles, or Castlevania Dracula X Rondo of Blood, I highly recommend any one of them because they're both fun. If you got the TurboGrafx 16, that's great. If you got the crappy one on the Super Nintendo, I guess that's cool too. But I definitely think that this one is the definitive version because it has the 2.5D version, the original version, and you get Symphony of the Night. I think this is the definitive version. It has never been re-released like this that I'm aware of on anything else. So it has never been re-released to my knowledge. I could be 100% wrong. Chat, let me know if I'm wrong. But maybe it's because I never looked for it after this. I'm like, man, I got 3 great games. And you know how much time that is, doggy? You know how much time of my life this game took? All of it. When I had my PSP, I watched movies because you remember it had the UMD format.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? The Universal Media Disc or the?
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Universal Media Disc version, and So I would watch movies and I would play this game. And there was like no reason for me to buy another game. I was just so into this game. I didn't buy another game for my PSP for like a year.
Oh.
See, like, look, choose the original game from the title menu to play. He just unlocked it, right? Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
That's cool, right?
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
So that's cool.
That's cool. You got to unlock them too. They're not just there.
Like, yeah, it makes the game more fun because it makes you want to explore. It makes you want to play. And it's like, okay, I took this route this time. I'll take this route next time. Whatever, right?
Right.
So yeah, I think it was awesome. Glinzer said, "Isn't easy mode on Castlevania still hard as reinforced titanium?" Yeah, it is. But you know,
did they ever even let you choose a difficulty on Castlevania? Yeah,
no.
I think you just.
What's that word you're saying? What
player? Or, yeah,
that sounds like something only casuals worry about.
Yeah, I think Castlevania, you just press start and go.
This is a boss, by the way, that he's fighting. So
this game looks super cool.
It is tough. It is a tough game. I'm not going to lie to you.
Oh, like, I'm sure it is. I mean,
even getting past that first level is hard. Like it took me like 20 tries to get past that first level.
I don't know if I met an easy Castlevania, right?
I don't think I ever have either.
Yeah, so
like even the OG Castlevania is like,
yeah. I mean, the one on Nintendo, the first one was tough.
That one is hard as hell.
So,
like I remember freaking getting stuck for months on the same level on the Nintendo one. So yeah, this one is not. Castlevania does not hold your hand. Yeah, and notice, Dougie, that both the games I have talked about are like Souls games, if you will.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, so that's right. I don't know what you're talking about. The difficulty slider. What in the casual is that? By the way, guys, we have a poll up in the chat. If you pick something else in the chat in the poll, let us know what it is in the chat. We'd love to hear what you guys have to say.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, we'd love to hear it.
Some nice talking points.
Yeah, I love to hear it. Oops. All right, we are almost done with it. Today's episodes are kind of short because, well, we just decided to have a shorter episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh man, this game, epic fun right here.
Oh, yeah. This looks fun, and the unlockable 2 awesome older games. I mean, that's cool. Like I said, that's cool that you had to unlock them, not just gave to you. You know what I'm saying? Earned, not given, as they say. You know, yeah, awesome pick. You know, this game looks awesome. So
yeah, it was awesome.
It's gonna be.
Did you ever play Rondo of Blood?
Rondo of Blood. What was that on? I don't think I played.
Rondo of Blood came out on the TurboGrafx 16 originally, but this is basically Rondo of Blood in 2.5D.
I don't know. I don't think I played Rondo of Blood.
Let me see if I can find it for you real quick, bro. Let me see. Castlevania Rondo of Blood.
That sounds familiar and stuff, but yeah, I'd almost have to see it. Be like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and a lot of people consider Rondo of Blood to be one of the greatest Castlevania games ever made. So, give me a second here. There we go. All right, here we go.
Yeah, TurboGrafx got some good games on there. That
so this is on the PC Engine CD, TurboGrafx right here.
Yeah.
And let me fast forward.
The PC Engine.
I don't care about the intro. By the way, the music was good. It's just that I think Symphony of the Night just blew it out.
Right. All Castlevanias had great music. It's just which one was the best, you know, or how was it compared to, right? Okay.
Yeah, so you can see a lot of similarities, right? Hold on. Mm-hmm. All right, here we go. It's going to start. So let's see. What am I watching? Phoenix, right? So here comes Richter. So it's something to do with his girlfriend getting stolen or something like that. And so
that's a new. Where'd they come up with that idea?
Yeah, right.
I had never heard that in video games, especially back in the day. No.
Yeah, he captured the young woman that's close to the vampire hunter, Richter Belmont. Yeah. So, I mean, look at this. This is epic looking back in the day.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Especially so that was on the TurboGrafx 16, which was, essentially just an 8-bit
Yeah.
An 8-bit with two 8-bit did they call it a 16-bit with
They did
had two 8-bit processors, but they did a great job with games on there when they did. They got the most out of that system with stuff like this.
I want to get to the actual level. Here we go.
So this is the TurboGrafx or the PC Engine, I guess.
Yeah, the TurboGrafx PC Engine.
Dang, that looks that's yep.
So let me load the other one on the first level. Give me a second, okay? I'll load stage 1 here.
Okay.
So you can see what it looks like.
Yeah, like okay, so yeah, because the other one's 2.5. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So there you go. You just saw this first section, right?
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right. Here's the first section on the 2.5.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you can see. I mean, it's basically
multi-scrolling backgrounds. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fire effects are a little bit better. You know, it's got more ashes, more pixels.
Yeah. More like when you hit something, like particles are flying and stuff. Yeah.
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 But you can see it's basically the same game.
Right. Yeah.
And here he goes. There's a little, and it has more cutscenes, by the way.
Yeah. I bet. Yeah. 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 Or these probably weren't even in the TurboGrafx.
No, they weren't.
First, I think. Yeah. Okay.
They sure weren't.
Yeah, that'd have been pretty taxing if they'd have put those on that.
Yeah. Which is another thing that I consider this one the best one, because you got a lot more of the story. Right. All right. So here's level 2, right? Mm-hmm. So here you are. You're starting level 2, or not level 2, but still level 1, but the second part of it. Right. So take a look at this screen, and here it is on the TurboGrafx 16.
Right. That looks more like a Castlevania 3 right there. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of just. I mean, it looks really good. It's just when you see it compared to the newer version, I guess you see the.
Yeah, you see the
way different contrast or whatever. Yeah, that looks so good. Yeah, and like you said, it's even 3D-ish looking, So
yeah, it's so much fun, man. It's so much fun.
And yeah,
hard as hell.
It's fun. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, whether it be a little bit slower or not, it's still going to be fun either way. So, yep.
You know what? That's an interesting thing. Castlevania had Konami code, right? Not that I actually ever used it. I've never tried it. I've literally never tried the Konami code on any of my Castlevanias.
Yeah, I'm sure it was on there too. I don't think it, or like on the NES, I don't think it was as lucrative and gave you as much goodies as Contra did. But I might be wrong. I can't remember what it gave you on Castlevania. I'm sure I used it. I mean, I was a cheater back then. So,
so the cheat code was your name in Castlevanias. So you can start with 40 hearts, you can start with 80 power hearts, you can start with infinite lives, infinite health, invincibility.
Jeez, I don't even remember that, man. Like, I'm sure I used it, but
I actually so no, there's no Konami code, but there are cheats. I never looked them up.
I wonder if you can use those on the like that Castlevania collection they have now too. That's cool.
If you want infinite lives, that's going to cost you 99 cents.
Yeah, that's a good history lesson.
I never thought of that. Thanks a lot, Glitzer. Yeah.
That's why.
Now I gotta look this up. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, that's
Castlevania.
Where the real MVPs right there. That's why.
Dracula. Yeah, you are the real MVP.
That's cool. Yeah, great history lesson there. I like that.
Cheat codes.
I forgot all about them. Yeah, I think a lot of games. I think even the Turtles, like the TMNT arcade game, had that code. Now that I think about it, and it gave you more lives, but it still didn't give you enough. Like it still made it tough. Like I don't think it gave you. I think you only got 9 turtles instead of 3. I think was the Konami code.
Okay, yeah, there were passwords you could put in.
So you didn't enter the code itself. You didn't put in the up, down, down, left, right. That you didn't put that in.
Yeah. And no, there were passwords and stuff. That's cool.
Oh. That's awesome. Huh.
And now I'm gonna have to try it out. I never actually thought of it, Glitzer. Thanks, buddy. You're the real MVP.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't think of cheating when I start playing games. I just think of playing the game and getting good. Unlike casuals over here, like Doggy.
That's it. All right, that's it. I'll give you this week, but next week I'm coming at you. You're not gonna know what hit you.
You know what? Where
Fun of
you
me.
can
Yo, you
probably
done
play
made
this
fun of
game?
me all day. Huh? What? Do what?
You know where you could probably play this game, doggy. You could probably play this game on the amazing Nintendo Switch, Nintendo.
It probably is on there. Yeah.
I think the original Rondo of Blood is on there, but I don't know about this one.
Yeah, they probably.
Yeah. I don't think this one has ever been re-released, which is why I love it. So.
Yeah. Oh. Nice. Yeah, look at that. That looks awesome. Yeah, that's a great pick. Even though you're a punk, but it's a great pick.
See, Clint just says, I just think about everyone who use those cheat codes on GTA 3. I don't consider those cheat codes. I consider those fun codes.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah.
Like I wasn't using them to try to beat the game. I was using them to cause chaos.
Right. Yeah, you'd just be running around the town. You'd run out of ammo. So you'd go hide behind a building. All right, and then if the cops were too hot on you, enter that code in there and get them off your back, and yeah.
Hold on, now I'm looking up something. Was this game ever re-released? Castlevania.
That's surprising they never.
X Chronicles.
That's surprising that hadn't been.
Let's see. Releases.
Are these
games? PSP. And that's it. It's only ever released on the PSP. I was right.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's only one place to play this. It's exclusive. To the PSP. So yeah, definitely play it, guys. Definitely play it. All right, Doggy, what is your third and final pick for the evening?
Let's see. I guess I'm going to stick with the Game Boy, even though the Game Gear is great, but there's so many great games here on the Game Boy. So I'm going to do Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. I picked this because, the best 2 Mario games ever was Super Mario Brothers 3, the best one ever, right? Followed up by the next best great one, Super Mario World. So this game was kind of just a mix of those 2 games, really. At least to me, it seemed that way. You had your overhead, the world map that you went around and choose your levels, like Mario World. Of course, it had the great gameplay of Mario 3. It introduced Wario into the Mario universe. Of course, you had Wario. I think he had took over your castle and took over your own personal island. So you had to collect these 6 gold coins so you could get back into the castle and whoop his butt and take him out like Mario does. There he is at the bunny suit. I was going to mention, I remember the bunny suit there.
The bunny ears, yeah.
Yeah, the bunny suit. That was exclusive to this one at the time. I don't know if they've added. It's probably been in that thing you just played, like the Wario or Mario Wonder or whatever. That's probably in that. Mario was so awesome at the time, and this game played so great, and it just resembled Mario 3 so much. Look at it. It just looks like Mario 3, and it had elements of Mario World. It was just, I was just so into Mario games at the time. It had great music, great controls, of course. Man, it looks so good. Look how big Mario is on the screen on this, too.
Yeah.
He's not even tiny, man. They did such a good job at this stuff. So, yeah, I can't remember a ton of other things to say about it, besides it was just a fun Mario game that mixed everything that was great about Mario, added some new suits. Yeah, different, like the levels had different exits to them, like Mario World and stuff. So, you could replay the levels, gave it plenty of replayability. So, yeah, I remember that. Like, yeah. Man, such good memories just even seeing these, man. Not even thinking about these games since the early 90s and stuff. But, yeah, just another great Mario game from back in the late 80s, early 90s. I remember doing that, too. Man! Good stuff. Woo! All right. Yeah. Take it away, Axel. You can talk some more if you've got some more.
So I remember playing the first Super Mario Land, and Super Mario was so tiny.
Right.
And I mean tiny. Like let me pull it up. Super Mario Land long play. Let me pull it up here. Just anything here.
Land was awesome, but this has stepped it up. So
much. Look how tiny Mario was on this.
Oh my, yeah, it just looked.
Look how tiny he is, and the fireballs don't bounce; they kind of just bounce off things. Look
at the question blocks and stuff. Yeah, it's just
It's just not.
This was still a great game.
It was short.
But Mario Land 2 just.
Look at this! You're floating on a bubble.
man, it just shows how good Nintendo could be with any hardware they have, and how you give them a little bit of time with that hardware, they could make classics. And they still do that. They could take an underpowered system or something that isn't as powerful as on the market and still make games just as great. This is an example of what they do. So I'm actually giving Nintendo some props here. Clip it now. No.
Clip it. That's right.
No, I love that.
Here first. Doggy loves Nintendo.
Just like I said, this game was, like I said, it looks like Mario 3, man. I mean, it's right there. It's a winner right there. So, and it played like it too. So you can't go wrong there.
Yeah. No, the best part about this was that it was so much bigger, and I remember that. And once I even saw this game, I didn't want Super Mario Land 1 anymore.
No.
Screw that. You couldn't float. Mario was tiny. Everything was little. I'm like, I want this game. And I think that's what made this 6 golden coins so endearing. So I just remember that part. Remember thinking, man, this Mario sucks compared to the new one. I don't want this one no more. Trade.
He turned tiny there for a second. There, he looked like him.
I'm gonna be like, trade next. Are you sure you want to trade that in? Yes, I do. Like, I didn't trade very many games in, but this one I definitely traded. The first one I definitely traded in for this one. Yeah, 6 golden coins to me is the best Game Boy Mario game.
Yeah, it was
like there were other Mario games on there, but I'm talking like pure Mario games, right?
Yep.
So I definitely love that one. I think it's fun. Another great game that, Dad, I need more batteries. Dad, I need batteries. Yeah. He eventually made me go to Radio Shack, or we went to Radio Shack, and I remember he got me a car lighter plug-in.
Oh yeah.
And a what do you call it? A wall socket plug-in, and he never wanted to buy me batteries ever again.
I had that wall one too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about it. Yeah. See, I see when you're at home. I don't think I had the cigarette lighter one. I probably should have had that though. Yeah, it would have helped.
Yeah, I had the cigarette lighter one.
I remember I had a great big carrying case that looked like a great big Game Boy and a whole bunch of games. Oh man, I loved my Game Boy.
I used to have the magnifying glass with the
magnifying glass with a light, and I had a light on it. Yeah, I even had like a. If I remember right, wasn't there like a? It's like you could turn it in. I can't even remember what that accessory was, but it kind of made it into a computer or something like that, or. I can't remember what that was called.
I remember I got the Game Boy camera, and you could print out pictures. I still have the printer for it.
I don't even remember that. That's cool.
You don't remember the Game Boy camera? Oh man, that was freaking Instagram filters before Instagram filters were a thing.
No, I don't remember that.
I remember having so much stupid fun with that stupid Game Boy camera.
I'm surprised I don't remember that, because I always wanted everything for these systems I had. I'm surprised I didn't have it. The Game Boy camera.
Yeah, the Game Boy camera, man. It was so stupid fun. Let's see. Commercial, maybe? And you had to get the printer and everything. I mean, it was awesome. Here, tell me if you don't want this, doggy. All right, hold on. This is somebody's.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
See? Did you see that?
Wow, that was cool. I don't remember that.
Instagram filters before Instagram filters were a thing, bro.
I'll be darned. Yeah, I don't remember that. I know they had all kinds of cool accessories for it, but I do not remember.
Look at this. We could do this with you with DJ Diggity Dog right there.
We'll have to get one of these. Get one off eBay.
And see, it came with the printer. I remember this printer. I still have this printer and rolls of that printer paper.
Funtography. Okay. Yeah.
Funtography, yeah. Yeah, the Game Boy camera, bro. That thing was awesome.
I don't remember that. I mean,
it was basically Instagram filters before they were a thing.
I remember the bells on that for that. Oh my gosh. Watching these games is just man. I love watching old games and stuff.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, I forgot about that camera, and I can't remember what that computer thing was. They had all kinds of cool little accessories for this thing. So
I think their computer thing never came out, doggy. You might be thinking of a documentary.
Yeah, maybe that thing didn't come out, and I thought maybe I had or something. There was something coming out that was turned it into like a computer and a calculator and all this other stuff, and you could use it for. I don't know. You could use it for work. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know why I would have wanted it because I wasn't even working at the time or anything. But I just loved stuff like that. I was just into.
Yeah, no, it never came out. I remember Modern Vintage Gamer did a review. Talked to the guy who made it, and he actually had it on his shelf and let him borrow it for a while.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So I remember watching something about it on Modern Vintage Gamer.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Obviously, I didn't have it then. I just wanted it real bad. I wanted everything, man. If it looked cool, I wanted that bad boy. So I don't know why I never heard. I don't know why I don't remember that camera. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm looking for this computer.
Right. I wish I guess I can't even remember what it came with. Like, I think you could even hook it up to. I can't remember, man. I mean, I could be mixing that up with my TA85 calculator I had, graphic calculator, maybe. Maybe I'm mixing the two up.
Yeah, maybe. You know what it is? You're mixing it up with your Nintendo Switch because you love it so much.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's what it is.
I'm calling it right now. That's what it was.
I guarantee that is not it. That is not it. This game right here is better than any game that ever came out on Nintendo Switch.
I'll be right back for a second.
Okay. See, and now I can make fun of Nintendo Switch. You guys all agree, right? This game right here is better than any Nintendo Switch game that is ever released. That's what they should focus on doing, is releasing great games like this instead of, Animal Crossing or those new junk Zelda games.
What? Shut the heck up, you.
I knew that'd get a rise out of him there.
You almost made me put a quarter in the swear jar, doggy. Yeah. Let's see. Blinzer says, when first Game Boy came out, people thought it was an additional for Game Boy fans with an NES. Now it was the harbinger of their future. Yeah. That's right, doggy. The future is now.
I mean, it was. I mean, they kind of, are more portable than anything. They take advantage of that market, because it's so big. So, yeah, they kind of. I mean, really, besides like those cheap Tiger things, they kind of started this whole handheld console
cheap
thing.
Tiger things. I never understood a single one, man.
Right? Yeah. I remember they'd have the biggest games. Like you'd have
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat or Double Dragon, and the guys would be flashing on the screen. You could barely keep track of them, and you're just pressing buttons, and the enemy just appear out of nowhere. Or racing games. They'd keep you entertained about. I think opening the package kept you entertained longer than the actual thing inside of it itself.
That's right. Shout out to Cougar Man. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. He says, I acknowledge you, Axel, as the tribal chief of Xbox. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, buddy. I acknowledge you as a tribal chief of the chat.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Glinja says, I remember when my parents would call every video game console a Nintendo. Same. Now they call everyone an Xbox for me.
I remember my grandma called it Nintendo. Nintendo didn't even. Yeah, they're playing that Nintendo.
The Nintendo. That's so funny. Shout out to my beautiful wife. She's the MVP of my life. She's laughing at what Doggy Dog said because it's so ridiculous. And Glinja said, "Oh, snap! My man said junk Zelda games. How dare you? How dare you?"
Yeah, the new Zelda games. They junk.
Shout out to Splendiferous. He's the real MVP. Says Mario. Boo, Mario.
Me booed all my stuff. He's doing a lot of butt dialing or butt texting or whatever on his thing. He doesn't.
Final Fantasy.
He doesn't. Yeah, he probably booed my Tetris too. So yeah, I'm 3 for 3 on the. Nah, nobody booed Tetris.
Nah, how could you? All right. Speaking of junk Zelda games here, let's move it along, shall we?
Let's move it along. Let's do it.
So the last game I want to talk about this evening is this little game here I got called The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening.
Yeah.
I love this game. So the story of this game is this was made as a this started off as a demo to see what could be made on the Game Boy, like what were the limitations of it, to test it. And by the time they were done, they had made this game about a year and a half later and released it. Right? And the fun part about this one is because it's Link's Awakening, you start off with a guy that mysteriously looks a lot like Mario, in a shop with someone that looks a lot like Princess Zelda, but isn't Princess Zelda, maybe Princess Peach. Right? You get to kill Shy Guys. Look at that guy. What does he look like, doggy? He looks like a Shy Guy, right?
He does, yeah.
Yeah. You get to fight some Shy Guys. Kirby is in here. Freaking Chain Chomps are in here.
Chain Chomp, baby. He's the man.
Yeah, Chain Chomps are in here. All kinds of stuff that you don't necessarily get with a Zelda game. But it's still in there, and I think it's so fun. In this game, right, you wake up, and the whole thing that you're trying to do is gather some instruments to wake up the windfish. So you come to this island that's basically just driving along, and here you come to awaken the windfish and kill everyone on the island. Purify the island. You're literally the harbinger of death in this game, doggy.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why this one is it. And once you awaken the windfish and neutralize the island, purify the evil of the island, you can wake up. Right?
Yeah.
And so that's the whole purpose of this game, is for Link to wake up. And it wasn't easy. And this game was just so much fun. I remember this game, and I just remember playing the crap out of it. Like, what do I do now? What do I do now? What do I do now? I couldn't tell you what to do with it. And I love this game so much, doggy, that they released it again.
Yeah,
on the Game Boy Color. And guess what?
Oh, they do on the color too. Oh,
guess what? Your boy has it on the game. They're called The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening DX. Everything DX was the color code, right? So here's the same game, and there's the Shy Guy, right? And Zelda's not green; he's red. Interesting, doggy. Interesting.
Yeah.
On the Game Boy Color, right?
Right.
So yeah, I thought this game was super duper fun on that, and it's a great game, a fun game, very unlike any other Zelda game ever made. And you know what, doggy? This game is so awesome that they released it again.
Again, yeah.
On the Nintendo Switch. And look, Zelda, he is red. You see him red?
Yeah.
Yeah. And guess what? Your boy has that one too.
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah. If there was a Switch game, I was going. I would buy and want more than anything is this.
Look at these what do these underground guys look like right here? They look like the underground guys from the Mario games.
Yeah. The
hard shell ones.
Yeah, the hard shell. Not really Goomba guys. I guess they are hard shell. Hard shell. Yeah, the blue beetle, Buzzy beetle. Yeah, that's what they're called, Buzzy beetles.
Yeah. So it's really interesting how this game just combined a lot of that stuff that and shout out to Beard Bear for this gameplay. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
I don't ever blur out their names so you guys can see where I'm getting the long play clips from to talk over.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know the games we're playing over, but I never want to take away from the artist that or the person that actually put this together, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah. So this game is so much fun, man. Like it has held up the test of time.
Oh, look at the way it shows that map on. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It
has held up on the test of time, in my opinion, and it's one of the best Zelda games ever made. It's fun. It's different. Unlike any other Zelda game you've played. You're not saving Hyrule. You're not rescuing the princess. You're not stopping Ganondorf. You're just waking up. That's literally it.
Yeah. Nice job telling that story. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I think that's what makes this so unique as far as a Zelda game. Doggy, on your handheld, your Nintendo Switch or your Game Boy, did you ever play some Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening?
Oh, yeah, I own this game. I'm sure I bought it the day it came out. I had to have this. I mean, look at it. Like you said, they were trying to test the limitations of the Game Boy.
Mm-hmm.
And they obviously pushed it because this game looked like a monochrome Super Nintendo game.
Mm-hmm.
Like even the trees in the game look like they came from Link to the Past.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of the graphics look Link to the Past style. Yeah, this was probably, I'd say probably my favorite game on the Game Boy.
Yeah, I got the Game Boy had like a 20-year lifespan. I got this one closer to the end of its lifespan, and I was like, man, I have been missing out.
But they included everything that made like Zelda 3 or any of the other Zeldas great was in there. And then, like you said, they had these 2D levels. You had Goombas and stuff from Mario's.
Look at this fish. Look at this fish, doggy.
Right, yeah, they had the fish from Mario 1, you know, like yeah, they just it was an ode to everything great that was great about Nintendo then and now, you know. I mean, and it's cool the way they made the map. It was like the original Zelda. It was everything. But what was coolest to me is how it just pretty much was like you're playing a Super Nintendo game. The graphics were so good on this, right? I mean, like, I don't know. This was one of the best graphical games, if you want to say it that way, on the Game Boy that I remember playing. And it was so fun. I don't know what I can't say that you didn't say. There was just so much here. It was different. It wasn't just the same old thing, but yet they kept it true to everything. They did such a great job at this. And like I said, if I could, I don't know why I don't ever get that Link's Awakening for the Switch, but since I just never have time, I guess. But I want to play that bad. If there's a Switch game I'd buy, if I just buy on an impulse, it would be the remake of this, because I would love to play it again. So yeah, like I said, this is probably my favorite Game Boy game I had. I don't see why it wouldn't have been. It was just so well done. Wasn't nothing bad about it. So I'm sure the music was even top notch on it. You know, I can't quite remember, but I'm it's Zelda game. So oh yeah. Nice boss song. Yeah, that's not bad for Game Boy
stuff. Let's see the updated music. Let's see.
Yeah,
much better.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Nintendo knows how they make such lush, good sounding music. That's the way they do. But yeah, they knocked it out of the park with this. So like I said, probably my favorite Game Boy game there was. All the games we named today were great, but this one was just superior in so many ways.
Yeah. And I feel bad because I'm cheating. You know, I like my second pick, Castlevania, was 3 games. This one is technically 3 games, even though it's the same game, just done differently.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's great picks because of that. No, it's incredible pick.
Yeah, this game. Oh my god, this stupid owl! I remember this owl now. That's right.
Yeah,
he's the one that tells you everything that's happening. Yeah.
Yeah, I need this. Yep. If there's one Switch game I need, it is this. So there you go, Axel. For my birthday, you can send me this game.
I'll tell you what, brother. I will hook you up. Give me your 12-digit Nintendo ID.
Yeah, there you go. Yep. The social security number. Send it to you, and I'll have it.
Oh, and your bank account. Don't forget that one, so I can pay for the game. So I can pay for the game. You know,
pay for it, and I can pay for the shipping too. Yeah.
That's right. If you want, you can save on the shipping. I'll get it for you digitally. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I'll take digital. I'd do that. Yeah. Even in this game, you could pick stuff. He had moves like it in Zelda 3 where he picked stuff up and throw it. He had the dash, I believe. Yeah. I was just, gosh, man, I loved Zelda 3 so much, and it just resembled it so much. So, yeah, like I didn't know this was kind of like a tech demo try, to see what they could do. But that's why it looks so good, because they poured their heart into it, and they did such a great job.
Yeah, and that's what made this game so great, in my opinion.
Oh, this remake looks.
Oh my
awesome.
Gosh, yep. So good, bro. Anyways, let's check in with the chat. Splendiferous can tell you what to do with it. Can flush it, a bunch of toilets. Let's see.
Clean it off a little bit.
Splendiferous also says Switch looks a lot better. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Axel, I never want to take away from the artist. Axel, you cannot work for Bungie. You're not a perfect match for this position at Bungie. How good are you at lying? Shout out to Dreadpool. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Appreciate you, buddy. And I think we're all caught up. Yeah. So there you go, guys. Six great handheld games that we recommended today. Doggy, refresh us on your picks.
Let's see. I had Final Fantasy Adventure, Tetris, and Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. All Game Boy games. So.
That's right. All Game Boy games. Not even Game Boy Advance, just Game Boy. Yeah.
Yep.
And so let's see. I had Mega Man Zero for the Game Boy Advance.
Yep.
I had Castlevania Dracula X Chronicles for the PSP. And the Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past for the Game Boy. Yeah. But yeah. All right, Doggy. We had a poll, right?
That we did. What's up, brother Fastback?
See you there. What's going on with Fastback? Yeah, let me talk about Fastback. I might buy a Switch 2 this year, maybe the Xbox Asus Edition next year. There you go. All right, and so I asked, which handheld are you buying / own? Doggy, you want to read what the chat told us?
Yeah, we got which handheld are you going to buy or do you own? So we got something else, 38%. The Steam Deck, 23%. The Switch 2. Who's buying that? Oh wait, no, it's 23%. And then we got ROG Ally, or the Xbox, I guess, Xbox kind of thing. Is that 15,
Xbox Edition ROG Ally?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Xbox Edition ROG Ally, 15%. So there you go. That's a nice mix. If I was going to buy one next myself, I don't know, man. I'm not like a PC guy, but that Steam Deck, everybody talks about how good it runs and how good that, especially lately, now they're talking about the Xbox thing and they need to make their OS better. That just seems like the Steam Deck would just have the most games to play and the easiest to run. And if you wanted to mess around with it, can't you mod it and sideload other stuff into it? And
they're not going to brick it if you mod it.
You're not going to brick it. You can do whatever you want with it. So
you might brick it, but they are not.
I would probably brick it trying to mess with it. Yeah, it'd probably brick as soon as I took it out of the box. Looking at me, but no, I'd get a Steam Deck if I was to have to pick.
I wanted a Steam Deck when it first came out, but that's already old. I know they're going to come out with a Steam Deck 2 here.
Right, that's the problem with it now.
I really want a ROG Ally plus Xbox, but in a few days I'm going to be getting the Switch 2, baby. That's right.
June 5th. Yeah.
Switch 2, doggy.
Yep. Less than a week. Are you going to stand in line at your local GameStop or Best Buy to pick it up, or you got it just getting sent to you?
I got 2 pre-orders. I'm good. If one place has it and the other one, if one place sold my pre-order, the other one will have it. If both places sold my pre-order, I can just buy it later. I mean, I'm not overly worried about.
So you got 2. You got 2 coming to your house there on June 5th, huh? Oh, our matey, I'll be going down to Axel's house, and that would be a porch pirate. I'm taking it. I'm gonna steal them both, and I'll sell them back to you for double the price. You stole me car, you butt pirate.
You butt pirate. Wow, doggy. Wow, you kiss pirate? Your dog with that mouth. Yeah, no, so I'm getting the Switch 2 if it arrives on time. Nothing's guaranteed, right?
Right, yeah, you never.
Even if you pre-ordered it, that doesn't mean you're getting it day one. So I am really hoping I get one, but if I don't, it's okay, and the reason I say it's okay is because there's not a launch game that I want.
Oh yeah.
Right? The games I want don't come out till later, like Metroid Prime 4, Hyrule Warriors, The Awakening. What is it? Hyrule Warriors. It's about the Awakening, Age of Awakening, or Age of Imprisonment. There we go, Age of Imprisonment. Right, and there was another game, a third game I want, but I can't think of it at this moment. So yeah. So I want 3 games this year for my Switch, but who knows if I'll get all 3.
I'm sure there's tons you want on there. So
Yeah.
No, you'll have to Yeah, next Friday you'll have to tell us what you think. What you think? You know, he's gonna be like, man, it's already got stick drift, man. This thing sucks. It's trash. You're right, doggy.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Yeah, okay.
I don't think so. Let's see. Will Axel be dressed up as Mario or Link? If I dress up as Mario, my wife will be Princess Peach. If I dress up as Link, she'll be Princess Zelda. So, yeah. Whichever one my wifey looks better at. All right. Mr. Doggy doesn't want to buy a Nintendo Switch 2. Yeah, I know. What's wrong with this clown?
Clown.
I was going to say something else that starts with the letter P, but what is wrong with this clown? Look at him.
POS.
I mean, look at this. You can already tell this guy's not right. Look
at
this on the upper
you know I'm not right. That's right, baby.
Crap.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's see. Dreadpool says, that dealer says, you nasty, doggy. You nasty.
I'm nasty. Yep. Need Jesus, all that good stuff. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Death Dealer.
My wife says, are you really short? Am I really short? Yeah. I'm okay. Anyways, great memories on the handheld.
That was cool.
I became a primary handheld gamer when I was in the military because it was easy to move around. Just being honest, consoles don't fit in luggage very well.
Right.
So I became a mobile gamer back then. So yeah.
I'm trying to remember if I discovered the handheld Game Boy first or the original handheld first.
What isn't that the one? What do you mean the original handheld? The Game Boy was the original.
The original handheld, the one you could play with anytime, anywhere. The original handheld.
At that age, I wonder.
I'm trying to debate which one. Was I? Did I have two systems I was playing with? Or?
Like, what are you doing? What are you doing under that cover? Play my Game Boy, Mom.
Yeah, go get me some more batteries. I need some more batteries.
Oh my God, Mom, you made me die.
Yes.
Oh my God, I can already hear doggy. Anyways, all right, guys, that's gonna do it for today's show. But of course, we wouldn't be able to do this show without you guys, the chat. And that's why you guys, the chat, will always be the MVP to all of the shows here on the Iconic Video Games channel. And with that being said, we are gonna go ahead and get out of here. I'm Baxel1324.
Yeah, Doggy Dog 420.
And we will catch you guys next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.